personality. I know them.
They're a person.
I just don't eat dogs.
They have a personality.
They're
a person.
But that's my personal moral framing.
Anna, what's yours?
Jeff Turner, how are you?
Yeah, I'm Anna. I said I was going to do well. I want to ask you, why are you here? What's bringing you out to the park?
We just moved here from Los Angeles and decided not to fly back last night to close out our house sale because we enjoyed the days here the last 2 days.
Yeah, especially today. The sun
is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. It's cooking me a little bit, but it's lovely to be outside. We've been locked up inside too long. So I wanted to ask, what do you think about the dynamics between the powerful and the powerless? Do you think the powerful should have the right to mistreat or misuse the powerless? No?
No, of course not.
I agree. What do you think about when we consider someone of a different species, like animals that we use for food, clothing, circus, zoo? Would you consider us humans, the powerful, oppressing the powerless in that situation?
To me, that depends. There's a lot of, ethical context needs to be taken into consideration there. Mm-hmm. I grew up on a farm in the summer, so I have a different relationship with what I would call domestic livestock than I do with testing on animals or zoos or animals. I view all of I don't lump those all into one category.
Okay, like the circus and the zoo, would you say that those are moral institutions for the animals?
Again, depends on the zoo.
Okay.
I've been to what I would call safari parks where, there is at least an attempt to make the environment feel and look and behave like the natural environment. At least it's an attempt. I think there's some relative benefit to being able to visit those zoos and to, at least to be able to get a perspective on the world. In some situations, though, no, absolutely not. When I go to a zoo like the LA Zoo, for example, and I'm looking at orangutans in a completely enclosed cement setting, that's not a happy scenario for me.
Yeah, because their experiences matter, right?
Yeah, 100%.
If we don't need to keep them in enclosed spaces, we shouldn't do that.
No, I mean, I think if everybody had the resources to be able to go and see these animals in the wilds for themselves, that would be a wonderful thing. Mm-hmm. I think zoos were one of those things that were put together to try and create experiences for others. At least that's what my hope for a zoo was. I don't know what the original inclination for the creation of zoos was.
I definitely hear the benefit that for us, we can go see these individuals.
No, there's no benefit to the animal at all.
Right. Yeah. Do you think that they want to be there?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Of course
not.
So
from their perspective, do you think that zoos are fair?
Only in the sense that they're getting fed and not having to fight for their life, depending on what kind of animal they are.
Yeah. If you were them, would you find it fair?
I mean, you're asking me to try and think like an animal.
Yeah, why not?
Of course, if I'm going to force my opinion into it, no, of course I wouldn't think it was fair.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't want to trade places with them.
No, absolutely not.
What about, so you said vivisection. Do you think that there's something that justifies doing, testing our cosmetics on them?
I do think cosmetics, no. Life-saving drugs, yes, absolutely.
There's actually something interesting, and I encourage you to check it out.
Sure.
That the 100% of the of all the animal studies that passed when they tested something in them and it passed,
they don't work on humans.
Yeah, 96% of them fail in humans.
I literally just read a study in that yesterday where some of the new drugs that are being tested and DNA issues and some of the most recent stuff coming out of AI that are being tested in mice that are proven to cure cancer in mice have zero impact on humans.
Yeah.
So I think the right path forward, quite frankly, is to create better human modeling.
Yes.
And to do that inside of a virtual environment.
I totally agree.
We're not getting great results from animal testing.
Yeah, we shouldn't, and again, their experiences matter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the conversation, you framed the question properly in that if those animal tests were producing higher percentages of human success, I'd feel differently about it.
Sure. Yeah. If we have an alternative, though, would that still change your mind? Like maybe animal testing in this hypothetical is higher in whatever percentage, but if we have an alternative, do you agree that because the animals care about what's happening to themselves, that if we can use that alternative, we should?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, exactly. I'm right on par with you. I agree.
I don't understand. In fact, I can't understand the logic of how anyone wouldn't feel that way.
I agree.
Yeah.
I've heard opinions. This is an anecdotal story, but people that work in studying, where they study on animals, they say they shut their brain off because they have to just think of them as an object.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they can't get through their day.
Yeah.
So since we agree that if we don't need to do this to animals for cosmetics or even testing for medicines, if we agree that same thing with animals in zoos, what about when it comes to wearing them for like fur or their leather?
Listen, I'm a t-shirt and shorts guy.
Yeah.
I'm not big in furs. We've progressed to the place that I think we're way past needing to kill animals to clothe ourselves.
I agree. Yeah, exactly. We have hemp, we've got cotton, we've got synthetics, we've got so 100%. Many alternatives. Yeah. All right. So it sounds like we do actually have a lot of the same principles. What about when it comes to using animals for food? Is there something you think we do need from them that may justify what we do to them?
I don't know. I joke all the time. I'd be a vegetarian if animals didn't taste so good.
Yeah, no. Funny fact, and I know this is kind of weird, but if you look at anecdotal stories, apparently humans taste like bacon. So it's like, that raises the question that if we taste like bacon, does that justify farming?
I'm going to bet that not all humans taste like bacon.
Right? Well, some of them might. Some of them might.
Some of them might.
Yeah. Would that justify eating a human?
No.
Yeah, I agree.
No,
no. I guess what is it in your mind that separates us from other animals that would justify what we do to them?
Nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
Other than the way we've designed our lives.
Yeah. Why do you think they're there?
Animals?
Yeah, the ones that we use. Why do you think they're there?
Well, I mean, I don't subscribe to the traditional storyline, so I don't know why they're there. I don't know why I'm.
Well, do you know about supply and demand?
Of course.
Yeah. So when we purchase something, the producers see that and they put money to replace what you purchased, right?
Sure.
So they birth another individual into existence just to meet that demand.
Yeah, absolutely.
So do you see how you could play a part in, not supporting animal exploitation?
100%. Like listen, I am not ashamed of the fact that I eat meat. I like eating meat.
Would you be ashamed if the animal was here?
No, not at all.
If you had to talk to them, what would you say to justify it?
If I could talk to them, I'd have a completely different relationship with animals.
Okay. So
like, it's one of my greatest hopes for AI, actually, is that we'll figure out how to talk to animals.
So let's say AI does that. We discover we can now talk to cows.
Then I'll change my feelings.
How would you feel about reflecting on your past victims, knowing that now that you can speak to a cow, they are sentient and care about what happens to themselves? Wouldn't you reflect on that negatively?
Again, if that contingency were to be real, I'd have a different feeling about it. But I know how I felt driving up here from Southern California, passing through Stockton. Literally tens of thousands of cows kept in tight quarters. It was very difficult to watch, and so we make lots of efforts to eat less meat, but I don't personally want to stop eating meat.
Yeah. What is it in your mind that makes that justified to keep demanding someone be born into existence just for you to have sensory pleasure?
Well, I think your framing it is a little.
Point out my framing. I would love to know
your framing
the
is
flaws.
Someone. You're using an animal as a someone, as if it's equal to a human. And I don't.
Your value system's not necessary. They're still a subject, right?
They're a subject, but they're not a someone.
Are they sentient?
Some of them are, of course. Cow is definitely.
When
Pig definitely.
Does it matter
Horse
what
definitely.
species they are?
I've often wondered, why don't we eat horses?
Yeah. Why not?
I don't know.
Would you eat a dog?
No, absolutely
not?
Because I like my dogs.
Yeah, but why not?
Because I like my dogs.
They have a personality, right?
They have a personality. I know them.
They're a person.
I just don't eat dogs.
They have a personality.
That is my.
They're a person.
But that's my personal moral framing.
Yeah, that's your value system. I understand.
Sure.
Like, I value my family over your family. But just
Correct.
because my value system for my family is higher than yours doesn't give you the right to exploit your family, right?
No, but
Yeah.
my
So
family
then what
and,
makes it okay to exploit other animals is what I'm asking.
nothing other than history.
I guess what in your mind is making it okay? Because you sound like you wouldn't want an animal to experience unnecessary harm, right? Like if I wanted to
Correct,
kick
but
their
at,
dog
but at the
for
same
fun.
but at the same time, I've grown up. My grandmother had a chicken farm.
Yeah.
I just that's how I was raised.
What happened to the chickens?
We killed them and ate them.
Did it feel good to take their life?
Good's not.
Did it feel
It
pleasurable?
felt no. It felt necessary.
Is it?
No, of course not.
So
But
then,
that's the way it
isn't
felt.
it a sad story to think that all those chickens lost their life for nothing?
Sometimes
When would it be okay?
it's okay now
Why?
because we've all decided that it's okay.
What about for them? Do they think it's okay?
I don't think they think that way.
Well, see, as an oppressor, that is common that we demean the way they think.
I understand, and I understand that the
There
way
is
you're
evidence.
framing the questions
They are a someone. I know
is
that it
to
makes
present-
your position
is to-
uncomfortable.
is to present us as oppressors.
Yeah,
Right.
they're the powerless.
I totally get it.
And you agreed that the powerful shouldn't have the right to oppress the powerless, regardless of their vulnerabilities.
I agreed to that when the framing of that was around humans.
And can you articulate what is the morally relevant difference between humans and other animals that justifies this difference in treatment?
If you gave me more than the few seconds in an interview, I would probably come back with a really good answer for
Can I
it.
give you a card?
I
That
would
way you
love
can
to.
ponder about it. Let me
Yeah,
grab a card for
absolutely.
you. I feel like we've had a really honest conversation, and it was something definitely for you to think through on. So
Yeah.
on there is just our website. Would you be willing to watch a short documentary on
Of
your own
course.
time? If you click on See What I Find, it's 3 minutes, and just ask yourself if these were puppies, because you don't need to eat dogs either.
Right.
Would you want to do that?
So what's the goal of these interviews?
I think that everyone actually shares principles with us, and morally speaking, your fly is down. Your actions just aren't in alignment with your true values. You know,
Right.
I think most people don't want other animals or people to be exploited for them when it's unnecessary, because we don't want to be exploited. And we've learned that other animals are sentient. They care about what happens to themselves. And I would argue that's the only thing we care about in other humans, regardless of their intelligence, their abilities.
I agree with you, but we operate inside of a context that allows some things and doesn't allow others, and we're all influenced by that too.
Yeah, but don't you think in a time when some atrocity is happening that you should stand up against that atrocity, even if it's socially normal?
But I don't think it's an atrocity to.
Well, because you're not the one going through it. You're the oppressor benefiting.
I am the oppressor benefiting.
Yeah. The oppressors in slave times,
100%.
slave owners loved having slaves. It made
don't
getting labor
See,
cheap.
and this is where you're creating a moral equivalent between
Oh, it's not equivalent. It's just similar.
slavery
Yeah.
and
Sentient being
eating
was
a
robbed
chicken.
of their freedom for someone else's benefit, regardless of their sentience.
I do not equate chickens with humans.
That's okay. You don't need to. You just need to recognize that chickens are just like dogs.
No, actually, I don't think chickens are like dogs either.
Why not?
I
What's
just
different?
There's a massive difference.
What's the morally relevant difference?
There's no morally relevant difference.
Exactly.
There's an emotional difference.
What's the emotional difference?
I can fall in love with a dog, never fallen in love with a
Have
chicken.
you ever given a chicken a chance?
I have been around more chickens, I guarantee you, than you have.
You'd be surprised. I know many people that fall in love with
I'm
chickens.
sure that they do.
So then you just debunked your own point.
But they get to come up with their own moral logic behind why they make their
No, we're
decisions.
talking about the victims. They care what happens to
The
themselves.
victims in this case have no voice.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
I totally get it. I
Yeah.
really, really do.
Do you feel good being the oppressor, using others that can't talk back?
I'm gonna frame my answer differently because the way you're asking the questions are designed to lead me down
Because
a
they're a
path.
someone.
I don't see a chicken as a someone.
I know you don't.
I see a chicken as a something.
That's really convenient for you.
It's convenient.
It's not convenient for them. They lose everything
I
because you
feel-
decide to see them as an object.
I feel your passion, and I hope
It's not passion. It's that you're taking someone's life. It's life and death.
It is passion. You have passion for this
You
specific
don't need to demean
thing.
me what I'm doing. I
Hold
want
on,
to focus on the victim. Don't talk about me.
No.
We're focusing on the victims.
You're talking about me, and
You're
I'm not
talking
allowed
about
to talk
my
about you.
passion, which is as a distraction from your responsibilities.
No. I don't have
Are
the
you
same
responsible
passion.
for a certain number of animals being in the slaughterhouse?
100% I'm responsible.
Are you going to make change so that you
I
don't
am
demand them into
absolutely
existence?
not going to make any additional changes right this second.
Well, then we'll end it here. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, but I think we're going to end the conversation because I'm here to talk to people that understand that we should change our actions when we learn to do better.
You're here to convince someone to hold your position.
No, I'm here to say that you're not living in alignment with your own principles. You even agreed that the powerful should not have the right to oppress the powerless.
Your first question was not framed in relationship to chickens. Your first question was two people.
Nope.
Your sign is two people.
I'm going to show the sign because everyone saw it earlier. There's no people in there.
Really?
There's humans in there, but there's no word people.
No. So you don't think that sign is sending a signal that what you're talking about is oppression of humans?
No. I think that
Really?
I think that it says that I want you to come
sign
talk
again?
to me. Yes.
Because I'm assuming you're going to post this somewhere on social media.
Oh, it's live right now.
This is what I'm...
You haven't told me what the morally relevant difference is.
There is no morally relevant difference.
Everything you say has been a contradiction.
No.
Yes.
They're a contradiction to your personal passion about those morals.
No, you said the powerful shouldn't have the right to oppress powerless, and then you said because I'm powerful and they're powerless and voiceless, you even called them voiceless, that it's okay to exploit them.
I think you're right. I think we should end this conversation.
Beautiful. You have a beautiful day. Enjoy the sun.
Thank you, and you do the same.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.